Let's have a real talk for a minute. How many times have you changed yourself just to fit in? Maybe you laughed at a joke you didn't find funny, stayed quiet when you wanted to speak up, or even dressed a certain way just to feel accepted. Here's the truth. Trying to fit in is exhausting. It's like wearing a mask every single day, and honestly, it's not worth it. As Dr. Seuss once said, why fit in when you were born to stand out? So today we're going to talk about why you need to stop trying to fit in and start embracing who you truly are. I'll share real-life examples, practical tips, and some hard truths that might just change the way you see yourself. Let's dive in. 1. The problem with trying to fit in. Let's start with this. Why do we try so hard to fit in? The answer is simple. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of being alone. Imagine you're at a party and everyone is talking about a TV show you've never watched. Instead of admitting you haven't seen it, you nod along and pretend to know what they're talking about. Sound familiar? But here's the thing, when you try to fit in, you're not being true to yourself. You're hiding your uniqueness, and that's a disservice to the world. As Oscar Wilde famously said, be yourself, everyone else is already taken. According to psychology, conformity is often driven by our need for social acceptance. But the irony is, when you try too hard to fit in, people can sense the inauthenticity and it pushes them away. So ask yourself, where in my life am I trying to fit in? Is it at work, with friends, on social media? Write it down. Awareness is the first step to change. 2. The power of being different. Did you know that some of the most successful people in history were considered weird or different? Take Steve Jobs, for example. He dropped out of college, walked around barefoot, and had some pretty unconventional ideas. But those differences, they led to the creation of Apple, one of the most valuable companies in the world. As Albert Einstein said, the person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find themselves in places no one has ever been. Studies show that creative thinking and innovation often come from people who don't conform to societal norms. Your differences are what make you innovative and unique. So ask yourself, what makes me different? Maybe it's your sense of humor, your creativity, or the way you see the world. Embrace it. Your differences are your superpower. I want you to make a list of 5 things that make you unique. Keep it somewhere visible, like on your fridge or as a phone wallpaper, to remind yourself daily. 3. The cost of conformity. Here's a hard truth. Trying to fit in comes at a cost. When you conform, you sacrifice your authenticity, your happiness, and even your potential. Studies show that people who embrace their authenticity are happier, more confident, and more successful. Conformity, on the other hand, leads to burnout and regret. I want you to reflect on a time when you conformed and regretted it. What did you learn from that experience? Use it as motivation to be more authentic moving forward. 4. How to stop trying to fit in. All right, let's get practical. How do you stop trying to fit in and start being yourself? Here are some actionable steps. Step 1. Identify your values. Your values are your compass. They guide your decisions and actions. Ask yourself, what do I truly believe in? Is it honesty, creativity, kindness? Write down your top 3 values and let them guide you. Step 2. Surround yourself with the right people. As Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're constantly trying to fit in, maybe it's time to find a new crowd. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your uniqueness. Step 3. Practice saying no. Trying to fit in often means saying yes to things you don't want to do. Start saying no. It's uncomfortable at first, but it's liberating. Step 4. Celebrate your quirks. What makes you different? Maybe it's your love for old movies, your obsession with cats, or your weird dance moves. Celebrate it. As Coco Chanel said, and in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. Step 5. Take small risks. Start small. Wear something bold, share an unpopular opinion, or try a new hobby. Each small risk builds your confidence to be yourself. Here's a pro tip. I want you to create a bravery journal where you document every time you take a small risk to be yourself. Over time, you'll see how far you've come. Let's look at some examples of people who stopped trying to fit in and embrace their uniqueness. Take Elon Musk, for example. He was ridiculed for his ambitious ideas like electric cars and space travel, but he didn't let the critics stop him. Today, Tesla and SpaceX are changing the world. 5. The benefits of being yourself. Here's the best part. When you stop trying to fit in and start being yourself, amazing things happen. Benefit 1. You'll be happier. When you're true to yourself, you'll feel a sense of peace and fulfillment that no amount of fitting in can give you. Benefit 2. You'll attract the right people. When you're authentic, you attract people who love you for who you are, not who you're pretending to be. Benefit 3. You'll unlock your potential. Your uniqueness is your greatest asset. When you embrace it, you'll discover talents and opportunities you never knew existed. As Maya Angelou said, if you're always trying to be normal, you'll never know how amazing you can be. So ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to be more authentic? Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, pursuing a passion project, or simply being honest about how you feel. Remember, as Brené Brown said, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. So I'll leave you with this. What's one way you'll stop trying to fit in and start being yourself? Let me know in the comments below. You've got this. Now go out there and be unapologetically you. I'll see you in the next video.